Alrighty. What is up? Jack Timer Guru, aka Pierce Gaudreau. Of course, the heater comes on right as I start the video. Let me turn that off. Uh, President of C&G Life Insurance and Financial Services Agency. You can find us at www.cgagency.net. On my socials, so Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Jack Retirement Guru, and you can email us at info@cgcoverage.com. And all my socials have all the links on there. So if you want to book on one-on-one, click on whatever you're interested, select the time and date, and we'll rock and roll it for you. All right. So sticking. Oh, this is a wrong illustration. Um, Hold on. Click share, new share, share the right screen. Okay. Hopefully this is the right one. Anyways, we have a whole life infinite banking concept illustration. Um, Kind of lay this one out more towards kind of focusing on not using the policy loans, which you still can whenever you wanted to, but kind of just focusing on retirement, right? So we got Jimmy J here. Um, Apparently, Jimmy J is a female, age 28, standard no tobacco. We have initial annual premium $5,431.49, equivalent to $463.22 monthly. Initial face amount 66,591 with a total lump sum of 20 grand. Okay. So I'm not gonna go too into detail about whole life and the mechanics. Kind of put out a video about that already on my YouTube channel. Maybe I'll go back and make another one, but we're kind of focused on the basics on this one right now. So as I always state, dividends are not guaranteed. A life insurance company cannot guarantee you a dividend by law, but Lafayette Life, which is the company that we are carrier we're working with right here, has never once missed a dividend, 120 years. So we can say that it's safe to say we're going to get a dividend on our money, right? But we'll go back. When we go through the illustration, we'll look at the guaranteed and we'll look at the non-guaranteed side. All right. So policy loans can be anywhere. Minimum loan interest rate 0% to maximum loan interest rate of 8%. Currently, right now, they're around 5%. You're never going to see them jump from 5 to 6% within a year. So, I mean, if you start this policy right now and you're at 5%, next year, it decreased to 4.8 or increased to 5.2. You're not going to see a big fluctuation in the change of policy loans. Okay. Important thing to note right here, big and bold, the initial 7 pay premium for, excuse me, for the policy it's illustrated is $26,601.50 per year. This is the maximum premium you can pay per year during the first 7 years, 7 policy years, without causing the policy to be classified as MEC. MEC meaning modified endowment contract, or in other words, this would turn into an investment in not life insurance and result in less favorable tax treatment, meaning you would get taxed, which we do not want to do. We want to keep this tax free, right? So we set these policies up in a certain way, depending on premium and lump sums, and add term rider to increase death benefit to that way not make it a MEC. Mm-hmm. Now let's go ahead and go down, right, to our illustration, right? So now, whenever you start these policies, if you're putting in a lump sum, you have within 12 months to do it. Now, if you're doing right when the policy starts, you're going to have access to anywhere to 85, all the way up to about 95% of your cash value within about 3 weeks. Okay. Now, this instance, if we're putting in a lump sum of 20 grand off the bat, but then paying $5,431.49 throughout the first policy year, our cash value is not actually going to be about 22 grand. It's going to be a little bit less. It's going to be 85, 9% of 20 grand. But that being said, you can see that I illustrated this. So within the first 10 years of the policy, we're putting a 20 grand lump sum on top of our annual premium each year to that way further increase our net cash value for later on for retirement, right? Now, at any point throughout this policy, you can pull out policy loans against yourself, whether you're paying down a 15, 20, 25, 30% APR credit card, pulling out a loan and get yourself 5%, that'd be great. You begin an instant, 20, 30% uh, on your money because you're paying down that credit card or credit cards. Buying a car, you can do this, if it mathematically makes sense to pull out a 5% loan. If the bank's going to give you 12%, you can pull out a loan, get yourself for 5. That makes sense, right? If life happens, life is always going to happen. You have access to capital. Okay. So for instance, we're at year 5 in the policy, we have net cash value of 128 grand. That means we can pull out that much money against ourselves to purchase whatever. Now, don't be stupid with the money, obviously, but it's your money. I'm not going to tell you what to do with it, but I'll tell you how to properly use the whole life insurance and don't be pulling out hundreds of loans against yourself every year and causing the policy to possibly lapse because you're not paying it back. You're not paying the interest back. Okay. Um, but so let's look ahead and look at this. Let's see. A lot of people always ask, when does my money meet my money? This is not what that's about. Okay. It's not about cash on cash returns, it's about leverage and control. Okay. Help you become a better consumer, make more intentional purchases with your money, and not be emotional like most human beings are. So, but if you want to look right here, within year 3, right, you put in 25,431. Okay. We have annual dividend of 2,550 right there. We got an increase in net cash value of $25,800. So, about $370 increase there, but already within year 3, our increase in cash value is already more than what we're putting in as a premium every year, right? Um, so we have it going for 10 years. You can extend this out longer, you can make it shorter. Uh, it's going to be up to you guys, everyone's specific situation, wants, needs. But let's see, after year 10, we're 38 years old. We're putting in our last lump sum of 25,431. And we go over here to the annual dividend, 8,667. We had an increase of $35,740 versus the 25,431 we put in. We have access to 292,125 with a death benefit of 1.2 million. Okay. Now, after this, right, this is an end of the road for our lump sum, just based off this illustration. Okay. So now we're going to go back. We're just going to be paying a regular annual premium of 5,431, right? Which is our minimum to pay every policy year. And which you can see we actually surpassed that in year 7 by our dividend. Our dividend's already surpassing what our minimum is in year 7. So if you look at year 11, we're putting $5,431. We got a dividend back of $9,119, increase in net cash value 17,731. Now you're wondering, well, why did the increase drop off? Because we dropped off those lump sums, right? So, but you see, it goes back up as it compounds, accumulates more cash value. So we're focusing on kind of retirement here, right? So this is when our term rider is going to be ending, our 30-year term rider to allow us to keep funding this policy longer. So after that, it's going to drop off age 60, you're 32 of the policy. From age 60 to 75, we're just gonna be paying cost of insurance $2,400 a month or a year, excuse me, $200 a month just to fund the rest of the cost of insurance, keep this policy active. Now, if we're looking at retirement, right? We can look at age 65, the average retirement. So first, let's look at a guaranteed. Guaranteed 488, 418. So the fucking sky fell, everything went to hell on life on Earth, and everything just sucked in the market, right? We never got a dividend ever, and bah humbug. Um, that would be your absolute guaranteed what you get. Okay, 48,000, $488,000. Now, on the dividend side, we look we'd be looking at a net cash value of $1.1 million with a death benefit of 1.7. Okay. All right. So let's just show you how much money that really is, which I tell you right now, it's really not that much. Okay. Everyone's situation is different and how they value money. But if we want to say at age 65, right, we wanted to call, start taking withdrawals on our account, right? Like, all right, well, I'm age 65. I plan on living to at least 95. Okay. So when you divide that by 30 years, you're looking at about $38,595 a year. Now, obviously, your money still can be compounding with the dividends, but you are going to be taking your withdrawals every year, so it's going to be dropping down those dividends. So you say, all right, well, let's look at what if I only live for till 85? Okay, we can do the math on that. Divide 1.157 million, $863 divided by 20 years. You're looking at about $57,893 tax free every year. Okay. Um, One thing to note and remember is you still have this death benefit, right? So let's just say at 85, we got a cash value if we still didn't touch it, 2.6 million, and we got death benefit 3 million. So you pass away age 85, as long as you don't have any outstanding loans, um, then your beneficiary would be getting 3 million. Okay. Important thing to note, these policies, which you can add an accidental death benefit rider if you want to, but they come standard, right, with an accelerated death benefit. Meaning, if you got a chronic illness, you got a specified medical condition, you got a terminal illness, right? You're going to have access to a portion of your death benefit, which can be very huge, right? So if you want to look, usually what stuff that starts happening between 55, 60s. So if you want to look here, right, this is the guaranteed, all right. This is the chronic illness. So look at chronic illness at age 60, the max lump sum you can get out of your death benefit would be 1.1 million to pay for whatever expenses are going on. For a specified medical condition at age 60, we'll stay with that. Looking at advance of 926,000. And for a terminal illness, meaning you're about to die very soon, uh, you'd be looking at a lump sum advance of 1.1 million. Okay. And the chart goes on all throughout the years and changes. I can see as you get older, the benefits increasing. So uh, your lump sum is increasing 1.5 million, 1.3, 1.5, and so on and so forth. Right. Now, just to read it to you guys real quick. What's it? Okay, yeah, right here. So, when can I use it? Well, you can start reading now. It takes a while. All right. When can I use it? The accelerated death benefit plus rider will be added to your policy where approved. The rider allows an advance against the death benefit if you experience one of the following three qualifying events. Specified medical conditions. The conditions that meet this requirement include AIDS, end stage renal failure, first coronary angioplasty, first coronary artery bypass. I'm like part dyslexic. I don't even know why I can never say this word. First myocardial infraction, life-threatening cancer, major organ transplant, medical condition requiring permanent continuous life support, and stroke. Chronic illness. The chronic illness is defined as individual being able to perform at least two, being unable to perform at least two of six activities of daily living without substantial assistance for a period of 90 days due to loss of functionary capacity. The six ADLs are routine daily activities generally considered necessary for a self-sustaining person to remain independent. So things such as eating, bathing, um, continence, dressing, toileting, and transferring, moving in or out of bed or chair. A licensed healthcare practitioner must have determined the loss of ability to perform the ADLs is expected to be permanent or require substantial supervision to protect himself/herself from threats to health and safety due to severe cognitive impairment. Terminal illness is defined as an illness that is expected to result in 1 year. Some states define the terminal illness timeframe as 2 years or less. Qualifying terms and conditions for accessing accelerated death benefits vary by state. Be sure to check with your financial professional to determine the requirements in your state. Okay. That just says how it's calculated, right? How to affect your policy. If you're getting an advance on your death benefit, you have a policy loan that's active. Um, Before you get that lump sum, they're going to pay off the policy loan first, then give you what's ever left over. Okay. Uh, but yeah, so again, this is Lafayette Life Insurance. It's a whole life, infinite banking concept. Um, Cincinnati, Ohio, 120 years, never miss a dividend. Um, Again, guys, this is about leverage and control, right? So just keep that in mind. I could show you other stuff that looks prettier illustration wise, but these are basically guaranteed without being guaranteed. Some may not look as sexy as some other illustrations that I'll post up and show you guys, but it's a little bit safer bet, and especially when it comes to pulling out those against yourself, life is the way to go on that. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, gripes, you want to book a one-on-one, again, you head to our website at www.cgagency.net. You can find my socials, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Jacked Retirement Guru, and you can email us at info@cgcoverage.com. I appreciate you guys watching this video. Um, Hopefully it's helped you out a little bit, see where you need to go, see where you need to get to for your own personal retirement. And hope to see you guys on here again. Much love and high vibrations. Talk to you later.